The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Ethan Game Day Gilman, bringing you all the action from tonight's volleyball matchup here in Pine City between the Pine City Dragons and the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. Again, you're listening to 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMPradio.com, live with video. Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's game in the Great River Conference. We've actually got two Great River Conference matchups going on our airwaves over on 95.5 FM, KBEK.com. In just about 20 minutes, we'll have Rush City hosting East Central. Rush City hoping to continue their undefeated streak, not only in the conference, but on the season as well, as they host East Central at home. East Central gave a heavy load to Pine City when they went up there to Finlayson, Minnesota to take on the Eagles. And man, oh man, you think maybe just a little bit of momentum change or even just a few more bounces going the Eagles' way. The Eagles really could have changed the look of that game, but Pine City did prevail 3-1 up there last week. Meanwhile, just yesterday, I was able to call a game for this Rush City squad as they were in Bram taking on the Bombers. That was a fun one to be a part of. Rush City took the first set 25-19, and then they took the second set 25-18, and then Rush City would kind of just run away with the third set 25-12. But for this Pine City squad, they're coming in to today with a pretty good feel on the season. We're sitting at 6-1, already 1-0 in section play. So for the Dragons, they're already off to a very, very good start, dating back all the way to August 25th when they had their opening season tournament up in Royalton. They won 3 games, all but one. They beat Pillager, Royalton, and Piers, but fell to Foley. So then they came out and have won 3 straight since. They beat Malacca, Proctor, and East Central. And they the Malacca game, they were up 2-0. Malacca came back and nearly stole one from Pine City, but they got the victory 3-2. Then, they did beat Proctor here at home 3-2 once again. That one went in 2 extra sets, and I was able to be here to call that game. And that was another fun one. Proctor, after losing the first set, took the next 2, and then went into a 5th set. And man, oh man, it was a fun one in that one. Once you get into the matches that go 5 sets, you just never know what you're going to get because of the fact that 5th set is just so unpredictable, just because both teams are going to be giving it their all. I think a lot of fundamentals kind of go out the window sometimes just because both teams are trying so hard to get the victory that they're fighting, battling for every single point that they grab, that they're going out and playing and throwing out all the rules, and they're just giving it their all. And that's what happened with that Proctor match on last week on Tuesday. Of course, I was able to be here for that one. That was, again, a fun one that went into 5 sets. Pine City just never backed down, and it was so much fun to watch. Again, they won the first set, lost the next 2, would go on to win the 4th, and then they would go on to win the 5th as well. So this Pine City team is battle-tested. They know how to come back from adversity and really take control of some sets. In fact, we watched it in that East Central game up in Finlayson, Minnesota, where they played the Eagles. The Eagles took the first set, and it kind of seemed like Pine City had come out with the rolling momentum to begin that game. It kind of seemed like Pine City would take hold of that game right away and not necessarily run away with it, but they would kind of take their lead, hold on to it, and just slowly continue to keep the game in their hands as that match went along. But that was not the case. That first set went to East Central, and I think it kind of shocked the Pine City Dragons. And, give credit to East Central. Every time this Pine City squad plays East Central. I don't care if it's volleyball, baseball, football, well, I suppose not hockey, but that would be the Moose Lake Co-op that they would play. But still, anytime they play against East Central, it seems like it is always a fantastic matchup between those two teams, and it proved to be that. Even though the score says 3-1, man, East Central played a very, very tough match. That fourth match was a little more heavy-sided on Pine City's side, but East Central, I think they're going to be a team that might surprise a couple of these Great River Conference teams who go in there thinking, we're just going to move past these guys. Well, not the case. You can't look over anyone in this Great River Conference. And with that, we'll take a look at the Great River Conference standings. I know we're talking about it early in the season. It's like already talking about playoffs for the NFL, and we're week 1. I know, it's crazy. We're week 1 into the NFL season. Everybody's freaking out about the Vikings. Let's calm down, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I say this, we do play on Thursday, and I'm a little nervous either way. Looking at the conference standings, right now it's Rush City and Pine City at the top. Rush City 2-0 at 7-0 on the season. Pine City at 6-1 on the year and 1-0 in the conference. Those are the only 2 undefeated teams. Now, that does come with a little bit of a caveat. Ogilvie has yet to play a conference game. They've only played 3 games as well. Apparently, Ogilvie has only played 1 game, I don't believe that's true. I feel like they've played more. Maybe not. Sometimes the MinnesotaScores.net does not get updated as often as it should sometimes, and sometimes it just takes time to get updated. So this might not be up to date, but again, I don't call games for Ogilvie as much as I have in the past. We'll definitely get out there for a few, but I haven't been able to get out there yet this year. But Ogilvie, according to MinnesotaScores.net, have only played 1 game this season, and they lost that game 3-0. But they are 0-0 in the Great River Conference. So technically, they're still unbeaten, but technically they haven't won a game either. So that's where the caveat comes into the standings. But again, still very early on in the fall sports season, although I don't even want to say it, but we're creeping up already on the middle of September. I mean, this weekend is the middle of September already. It's like, where the heck did everything go? But we're back into fall sports action, and I couldn't be more excited because, again, you've got Pine City trying to keep their undefeated mark on in the conference, taking on Hinckley-Finlayson, who's 0-1 and 1-2 overall on the season. But right now, they're kind of all just chasing Rush City, who has got the squad. They hope to take them back to the state tournament. They return a lot of players from last year's squad, a bunch of starters as well. They have a little bit of a good mix after the seniors between juniors and sophomores, and I think that team is going to be set for a while to be getting back to the state tournament. So wouldn't be surprised if it's, coming down to 2 or 3 teams at the end of the season when we're talking about the Great River Conference title. I think we could be seeing 2 or 3 teams. Those could wind up being Pine City, Rush City, and Bram. Very well it could, but Bram losing last night does hurt their chances a little bit. That felt like a game where it was like if Bram can win this one, it feels like they're going to get the best chance to hold on to the chance of winning the conference title. But when you give Rush City a win in the conference and sadly you lose, and it always gives them that little leg up in the conference and that much more confidence going forward. Of course, Pine City still has to play Rush City twice. Rush City still has to play Bram one more time at their house, and they still have to play the rest of the Great River Conference. Of course, they've already beat Hinckley-Finlayson and Bram both 3-0. So for the Dragons, they hope to defend their home court here tonight against the hungry Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. And as we do take a look, both of these teams are in the same section of 7AA SS1. I may be asking, what the heck is SS1? I don't know. That's just how they split up the sections. Pine City and Hinckley-Finlayson both play in section 7AA SS1. There's a section 7AA SS2 team. That's mainly teams in northern Minnesota, Duluth area, northern Minnesota, that kind of area. There is a team in this section, though, that I'm looking at the standings right now, has already played 13 matches. That is crazy. That's Esco. They've played 13 already. So, but Rush City, I think, again, the favorite to try and get back to that state tournament. They've got a busy section to try and do that in. It's going to be a tough one, but again, We move on. Hinckley-Finlayson again on the season. Only 3 matches according to MinnesotaScores.net. Those matches were against Moose Lake, Willow River, who they lost to on the road 3-1. Then they beat Mora at home 3-1, but most recently fell to Rush City 3-0. So that is how the Hinckley-Finlayson season has gone. Up to this point. It's been up and down, but I think, again, as this Hinckley-Finlayson team goes throughout the season, I think they're going to learn a lot about their squad. Of course, I've had the chance to interview a bunch of these local coaches and some of the athletes as well, and I want to again say thanks so much to all of the coaches who I was able to get a hold of and do an interview with preseason. Some of them came as the season had begun, but that's just kind of how it works sometimes, because a lot of these coaches, either they have a full-time job or they work as teachers, so they're worried about that as well. So sometimes they can be a little bit busy, or they're working on getting their last-minute summer vacations done with, and they're just getting back from those. So I appreciate all the coaches that were able to, and for the coaches that weren't, I've interviewed them before. It's been nothing but great to interview all these coaches. And I know it gets so busy sometimes, the email just gets lost in the shuffle, and you're just like, oh, wait a minute, I was supposed to do that this long ago, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I can't now. It's a month ago. I have done that way too many times that I can count. So, yeah, again, just a huge props to all the coaches and the ADs and the athletes in our area, making my job a lot easier with the interviews and helping me out with game-wise. So, appreciate everything that they can do. Of course, thanks to all the ADs that I get the privilege to work with. They make my life so much easier. I mean, they really do. Whether it's here in Pine City, up at Mille Lacs, in Onamia or Isle, or maybe it's over in Mora, Malacca, down at North Branch, I appreciate all of them and everywhere in between. They just, again, it's been such a pleasure to work alongside them, calling games, because they make my life a lot easier, whether it's setting me up with a seat to sit in, whether it's getting me some food, some drink. I mean, they treat us so well, and we got to thank them so much for that. So there's my TED Talk here for tonight. Maybe I should just have a TED Talk segment where I go off on a little bit of a tangent like I just did, and for about 1.5, 2 minutes, and just call it Game Day's Tangent of the Night, or Game Day's TED Talk. Maybe that'll become a segment. It won't, but either way. Looking at Pine City's record last year, 20-9. Their run came to an end against that Esco squad in the second round, 3-0. Again, they will be looking to have a little bit better luck this year as they go. Hinckley-Finlayson 6-15 last year. They lost in the first round to Pine City, 3-0. So we're just about set to get our national anthem and our starting lineups, and once those have been done and completed, we'll be set for first serve here in Pine City for this Great River Conference matchup between the Dragons and the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. We'll take a commercial break. You're listening to Volleyball on WCMP 106.5.
Are you looking for a position where your role impacts the community around you? Then look no further than Burnett Dairy Cooperative in Grantsburg, Wisconsin. Owned by the farmers in your community, Burnett Dairy offers numerous career options with various responsibilities and growth opportunities. Positions such as CDL drivers, who work closely with our farmers, cheese production, creating award-winning cheeses, and retail store clerks making someone's day better. Visit BurnettDairy.com and click on Careers to join our herd.
Enough your local news right here on WCMP. I'm Joe Keyport.
And I'm Eric Van Rainen. For our first story, residents living on a section of 10th Street in Pine City spoke before the council during a meeting last week. News Director Joe Keyport has the details.
Residents who live along portions of 10th Street, 4th Avenue Southwest, and 2nd Avenue Southwest spoke during a public hearing during last week's Pine City City Council meeting for an improvement project slated to begin next year. The project would replace the pavement along with utilities on 10th Street from 8th Avenue north to the river. An estimate has the project costing around $3.1 million. Just under $1 million of that project cost would be assessed to property owners affected by the work. During the hearing, resident Mark Nisley voiced concerns over communication from the city about the project.
I went into the city offices at the Hilltop and I asked, well, how much is my assessment going to be on my property? And I was told, well, we won't have those numbers until the public hearing on September 6th.
Nisley asked for the city to offer residents another opportunity to speak once they've gotten a chance to look at the project and the estimated assessments. Another group of residents asked the city to leave their block of 10th Street off the project because they had work done just over a decade prior.
So maybe think about cutting that section off of the project and cutting the price of the whole project and assessments for everybody else.
Councilmember Dave Hill asked that the residents affected be invited back for the first meeting of October to speak before project bids were approved. The City Council later approved the 2024 Street Improvement Project Plan. Moving on, 19-year-old James Brumbaugh is facing charges after he and another juvenile were arrested with firearms last week. According to a criminal complaint on Tuesday, September 5th, Pine County deputies were called to First Avenue in Pine City with the complaint of an unconscious male in the road. Deputies rolled the 17-year-old over to find a loaded Glock 9mm without a serial number. The teen also reportedly had blue powder in his nostrils and a bag of hallucinogenic mushrooms in his backpack. The complaint stated that while deputies were talking to the juvenile, James Brumbaugh was seen stumbling in the road. Brumbaugh allegedly told deputies that he and the juvenile were on their way to a relative's house. Law enforcement searched Brumbaugh, citing his behavior, and located another loaded Glock 9mm with no serial number in a fanny pack. Along with the gun, deputies found THC oil cartridges in a glass jar containing blue alprazolam pills, which matched the powder in the teen's nose. Brumbaugh has been charged with possession of a firearm with no serial number, possessing a pistol without a permit, and fifth-degree drug possession. Auditor-treasurer could become an elected position in Isanti County in the near future. Reporter Eric Van Ranen explains why.
Isanti County is planning to include a referendum ballot question in November of 2024's election about the future of the auditor-treasurer position. The Board of Commissioners recently voted to rescind the appointment of the position to allow voters to weigh in on if it should return to being an elected role. Depending on the referendum results, the position would return to the ballot during the 2026 election. The auditor-treasurer position is currently vacant after Chad Struess resigned in July. The motion passed in a 4-1 vote, with Commissioner Bill Berg voting against it. And finally, the Foley City Council adopted a donation of body cameras for the city's police department at last week's meeting. The cameras were donated by the Royalton Police Department after an equipment upgrade. The donation was unanimously accepted after a public hearing, which is a state requirement before body cameras can be implemented. The council also approved a usage policy for the department. At a previous meeting, Police Chief Kate McMillan said the policy was drafted to be uniform with the Benton County Sheriff's Office's policy. This has been your local news for Tuesday, September 12th.
Now, back to more live local sports action on WCMP.
106.5 FM Game Day Gilman here, taking a look at your starting lineups for the Jaguars. It'll be number 2, Sydney Krieger, number 5, Natalie Staffney, number 6, Anna Degerstrom, number 9, Jovi Fahey, number 14, the libero, Marianne Watrin, 15, Candice Lenzen, and 27, Delaney Johnson. For the Pine City Dragons, it'll be Abigail Agard wearing that number 2, number 4, Taylor Tollefson, number 5, Arissa Rydberg, 10, Emma Hermanson, 11, Sage Staber, 15, Carly Jusak, and 22, Morgan Mako. There is the whistle on that. Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, and we're underway with first serve. The Jaguars will have it as that one goes into the rafters, hits the basketball backboard, over the net. The Jaguars push it, and Carly Jusak looks for the early keel, but the Jaguars keep it alive. Jusak, it goes over the net, and Jusak will get it. They're going to call the Jaguars on that one. I think a fourth hit is what they called. Either way, it is Pine City's point first, and they lead 1-0 with Arissa Rydberg back to serve. Jaguars wearing their black jerseys with the red side of the shirts, the half red sleeve, and then a white stripe, red numbers outlined in white, and the white letters on the back of the jersey. Agard goes after it, and that is going to be back into the brick wall, so Hinckley-Finlayson will get a point back. The libero for Hinckley-Finlayson wearing the white jersey, black numbers outlined in red. Dragons, of course, wearing their green jerseys. Well, black jerseys, I guess, if you'd like to call it. The green half sleeve is what I meant to say. White letters and numbers outlined in the green. And an ace there for the Jaguars as they now lead 2-1 on the ace from Sydney Krieger. Krieger with an early ace for the Jaguars. Her serve this time is up, and it is over. Staber with the dig to Rydberg. It's going to set up Staber for the kill. A beautiful spot for that one, and that makes it 2-2. Tied. Summer Thiemann will check in for Taylor Tollefson, and Summer Thiemann will go back to serve. So with that, Jusak will move to the front line with Staber and Agard, Mako and Rydberg just in front of Thiemann. Thiemann with the serve. It is over, dug up by the libero Watron. And now looking for the kill is Hannah Hartle. I believe that was number 3. And this time the Agard kill is blocked at the net, kept alive by the Jaguars. Hit back over. Candace Lenzen look for the kill. The Jaguars will keep it alive, but they cannot get it over on that third hit. So it'll be 4 hits by the Jaguars, and Pine City takes a 3-2 lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear liners with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. EmbraceMN.com. That location in Cambridge is going to be brand spanking new for Embrace Orthodontics. Be right between Culver's and Goodwill, or the Starbucks in Caribou, if you're a coffee connoisseur. So that serve is out, and it will be tied back at 3. Now the libero, Marianne Watron, back to serve for Hinckley-Finlayson. Her serve is up, and it is over. Dug up by Thiemann. Set it up for Agard. Agard gets it back over. Watron with the dig. It'll set it up for Staffney. Staffney looks, but that's going to be long on the hit. Too much juice on that one, and that will give Pine City a 4-3 lead. Hermanson checks in for the libero Mako. That's Morgan Mako checking out. Of course, the Dragons libero wearing the white jersey with the green letters and numbers. 4-3 the lead. In set number 1, Jusak with the serve. It's up and over, dug up by Watron. And looking for the kill this time is Ava Cessna. Excuse me, so that was in fact Jovi Fahey instead. And Fahey will look for the kill here, but it is going to go long. Out of bounds on that far side. Gives Pine City a 5-3 lead. Back to serve again is Jusak, and the serve is up and over. Dug up by Staffney. They'll look for Fahey again. This one's lobbed over. Thiemann has to dive after it. She does get it in time. Hermanson looks for the kill. It's down. Emma Hermanson with the kill for Pine City. Gives them a 6-3 lead. And again, it feels like Hermanson, we've been calling her name for years. She has just steadily improved each and every year she's been out on the court in volleyball. It's been fun to watch her improve. Of course, she, I think, from what I remember, played a little bit of varsity as a freshman and then a lot as a sophomore and junior. Serve is over. It's dug up by the Jaguars. They try to get it over. Blocked at the net by Agard and Hermanson, and it's down on the Jaguar side for another Pine City point, 7-3. Hannah Hartle was one of the 2 Jaguars, along with Sydney Krieger, trying to make the block at the net. Carly Jusak with the serve. It's over, dug up by Watron. That'll set up Fahey on the far side. Tapped across, and it was touched. Oh, they're going to say the Jaguars touched it last. Now, that's a tough one because the Dragons did get a hand on it for the block, but they're going to say the Jaguars were the ones to touch it out last. Or are they saying that they went across the net? Is that what they're saying? I did not see it in time. They gave the explanation there to Coach Greenwald, and I didn't see it in time. So the serve is over and dug up by the Jaguars. That's again Fahey looking for the kill, but it's dug up by the Dragons. Hermanson will hit it across on the third hit. Dug up by the Jags. Fahey again. It's dug up by Rydberg, and Staber, with her back to the net, tried to hit it over, but that one kind of got a little further over her head than she expected, and she had to reach and kind of spin at the same time. That one was a tough one for anybody to try and go and get. I know somebody just checked in. I didn't see who checked out, didn't see who sat down on the bench there. Now looking to serve is Victoria Cox for the Jaguars. Her serve is up, and it is over. Diving on it was Staber, and she's able to get it. Agard will hit it over. It's a block at the net by the Jaguars. It'll keep it alive. Fahey looks for it. No one said it's across the net. Agard with the kill. That'll make it 9-4. Agard in just perfect position for that one. Didn't need to do too much either. Just a light tap across. Checking in is Ava Cessna, I believe, for Victoria Cox. And back to serve is Sage Staber. Her serve is over. It's dug up by the Jags. This time, I believe that was Degerstrom looking for the kill, which is dug up by the Dragons. Hermanson on that back far side corner gets the kill. Makes it 10-4. Hermanson, beautiful placement. I've talked about that over the years as well. Her ability to place the ball just kind of where she wants it is what she is known for. She is so accurate with her placement. That serve is over. Dug up by the Jaguars. Cessna now looking for the kill was Hannah Hartle. It goes into the net, but we're going to get a point call and a fourth call hit on the Jaguars. It'll be 11-4 now in favor of Pine City. Student section for the Dragons getting rowdy, and now we're going to get a timeout called here by the Jags. We'll keep it here and take a look at that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. That's how you say it. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. They'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. You can find out more at embracemn.com. That's EMBRACE.com. So 11-4 is our score. And no, I'm not a rapper. I know that rhymed, but no, I'm not a rapper. Timeout called here by Hinckley-Finlayson. They trail 11-4. Looks like we've got kind of two of the student sections sitting right across from each other in the gym. On the south side is Pine City. On the north side it is Hinckley-Finlayson. So if you look at your screen, towards the top right of the screen, that little group of people is the Hinckley-Finlayson student section right there, right across from Pine City's. I don't think that's a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. Sage Staber with the serve across. She took a little something off that, but it's nicely dug up on the slide. And then trying to hit it across, but getting it into the bleachers was Jovi Fahey. And that's another point for Pine City. My goodness. 12-4. Apologize, it'll get better. Sage Staber with the serve across. It's dug up a little bit awkwardly, but they do keep it alive to the Jaguars. It's hit across by Fahey. Thiemann will get the dig to Rydberg. Hermanson looking for another kill. Dug up nicely there by the libero Watrin, but it goes into the bleachers again, and it will be another Pine City point, 13-4. The Dragons lead. Sage Staber will continue her dominance back there serving. And I like it by Staber. She switches up from left to right on the side of the court where she serves from. Doesn't keep it the same. Fahey, her serve her hit back is just a little too strong. That looked good, but it just kind of levitated there just for a moment too long. And headed out of bounds. So again, Staber switches back to the left side, and this is going to go off of the dig from Cessna backwards. And it's going to be another point and an ace for Sage Staber, 15-4. Cessna, one of many seniors. Let's count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seniors for this Hinckley-Finlayson team. Oh, Staber serves. She got a whack on that one. You could probably hear the sound from up down there. But it's now 15-5. Checking in for the first time is Delaney Johnson. And she will go back to serve. She checks in for Hannah Hartle. Johnson's serve is up and over, dug up neatly by Staber to Rydberg. That'll set up Thiemann with the hit across, blocked at the net by Fahey. Jags will keep it alive, and now Sydney Krieger hits it back over. Thiemann with the dig to Rydberg. Staber will set this one up, and that's right to the libero, Watrin. And it is, nobody has a clue. Ooh, I thought we were going to have to redo that one. Summer Thiemann will check out, and for her is going to be Taylor Tollefson. I thought that one, no one knew. I mean, nobody, the flaggers, the referees, no one knew if that was in or out because it was so close. I think that one should have probably been a redo. And an ace here from Abby Agard. She says, well, while you're talking about that, I'm just going to continue to grab points for our team. She grabs another one on an ace to make it 17-5. Agard back to serve once again. It is up and it is over. Dug up by Watrin. Nice job to keep that one back in the field of play. Anna Degerstrom with the hit across. It's dug up and hit back over by Natalie Staffney. And Taylor Tollefson looks for the kill. And she'll get that kill. Ava Cessna tried, just couldn't get the dig cleanly. And it's 18-5. And we'll get another timeout called here by the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. We'll take just a moment to hear a word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to Volleyball.
Your journey
on
to smile with
WCMV.
your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
18-5 is our score here, getting late into this first set. Been a pretty swiftly moving set between these two Great River Conference opponents. Timeout is officially over. And looks like we're just about back to action. Agar getting ready to serve. There's the whistle for the okay, and the serve is up and over. Dug up there by Watrin. And Krieger will look to get it across, but it goes into the net. Another point there for Pine City. So Agard will go back to serve again, 19-5. Serve is just over the net. Oh, and a little bit of a awkward dig there from Cessna. It went off of her dig into the body of Watrin, and she's okay. Looked like it got up towards her face a little bit, but she's okay. So it's 20-5, Agard with the serve across. That one goes all the way across the other side of the court, back over the net by the Jags. They do a good job. Delaney Johnson will hit it across. Tollefson gets it over on the late hit. And now Hermanson will look for the kill, blocked at the net by the Jaguars. They do keep it alive, and it looks like it's going to be Degerstrom looking for the kill. Mako with the dig. Hermanson will just have to tap this one across, and Hermanson does a good job of staying on that middle line, or not going over, I should say, and the hit into the net by the Jaguars will make it 21-5. Agard runs up on this one. The serve just over the net. It's dug up by Krieger to Johnson, and that one's going to hit the net and not have a chance to get over. That makes it 22-5. Agard's serve is over once again. It's dug up by Watrin. And, oh, a miscommunication there as Ava Cessna was under it, but then she backed up to as if let her teammate go get it. I'm not sure if she thought Krieger was going to get it or one of her other teammates was, but just a bad miscommunication that time, and that'll make it 23-5. Agard with the serve across again. They'll be looking at Cessna. That one goes into the net. Jaguars do keep it alive. Krieger with the hit across, but they're going to get a double hit on a Jaguar, and that'll make it set point 24-5. Agard with the serve over, dug up by Watrin, Johnson, and now hit across by Degerstrom. Dragons have it. Hermanson will hit it back to that back far side corner, but just too much on that one, and it's out of bounds to make it 24-6, and that might be just what the Jaguars needed. Jovi Fahey back to serve now for Hinckley-Finlayson. It's over, dug up by Agard. This is set up for Tollefson, and Tollefson's just a little bit long on that one. And that'll be another point back for Hinckley-Finlayson. Tollefson thought that was her point, but yeah, just a little bit long on that one. Fahey will get the serve over, dug up by Agard to Rydberg. Hermanson this time will get the kill, and that will end the first set in favor of the Dragons, 25-7. 25-7, the score in the first set on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team over at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear liners. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you, and if you don't have insurance, you can ask about financing options because they'll find a plan to fit your budget. And they'll also they believe. The results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifelong retention program. EmbraceMN.com. First set is over. The Dragons got the set victory 25-7. We'll take a commercial break here. Word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll be ready for the second set here in Pine City in this Great River Conference matchup between the Dragons and the Jaguars. You're listening to Volleyball here on 106.5 FM AM 13.
Today's WCMP deal of the day is Wrangler's House on Haunted Hill in Brook Park. Get one haunted trail pass for just $15. Experience a 60-plus minute next-level spooky haunted trail. Find this and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals.
Hey, you looking for a reliable propane supplier? Look no further than Burnett Dairy Propane. Proud to serve you, providing top-notch propane services all year round, offering convenient delivery options and flexible payment plans that suit your schedule and budget. Trust the experts in the field, Burnett Dairy Propane. Call them today at 715-689-1032 or visit them online at burnettdairy.com. Burnett Dairy Propane, your dependable propane partner.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Back here on 106.5 FM AM 1350, WCMPradio.com. Game Day Gilman joining you for the call of this one between the Dragons and the Jaguars here in Pine City. In this Great River Conference matchup, Dragons won the first set 25-7. We're now on to set number 2. Jaguars looking for a big change from set 1 to 2. And they'll make their adjustments here in between, and I'm sure they've got exactly what they need to get things going their way here in the second set. It's a bit of a rough first set there for Hinckley-Finlayson. A few mistakes, some miscommunications. You get those tightened up a little bit. This second set's going to be very fun, as is the rest of this match. Mako will check in for, I believe that was Isabel Calatayud Prieto. And back to serve will be the Jaguars. It's going to be Anna Degerstrom back serving for Hinckley-Finlayson to begin this second set. Serve is over, dug up by Thiemann. Ryberg racing after it for the set, and Odegaard. That's what her name is. Robin Odegaard with the hit across, back over by the Jaguars for the Dragons, and Odegaard hits this one into the net. Man, she got a full load of power on that one. I seen the power meter go max and even break the glass a little bit for that hit. Odegaard, a kill, whether the Jaguars got to it or not. But the Jaguars get the point there as that one goes into the net. Odegaard will meanwhile get the dig off the serve from Hinckley-Finlayson. She'll push it across as well. Jaguars will get the dig. Sydney Krieger looks for the kill, and she gets the kill. Nobody in that back part of the court for the Dragons. And Hinckley-Finlayson starts with a 2-0 lead. I think this is what you need if you're Hinckley-Finlayson. Kind of get out to a fast start and just not let Pine City get into a rhythm. Serve is over, dug up by Odegaard once again. Carly Jusak will hit it over. It's dug up by the Jaguars. This set is going to go back across the net. Dug up by Odegaard, Rydberg, and Hannah Bombard will hit it back across to Fahey. And that's going to go into the benches. And down for a point for Pine City. So Pine City gets one back there. But again, that's only one. If you're Hinckley-Finlayson, you've got to be okay with that. It's only one. Got plenty of time left. Checking in for Summer Thiemann is Macy Bablik. Hannah Bombard back to serve. It's dug up by Delaney Johnson to Fahey. Hitting it across that time, I believe, was Anna Degerstrom. And pushing it across is Odegaard. We're going to get a point there for Hinckley-Finlayson. By the way, it was Brecken Hansen who got that hit across. Whistle on Pine City, so Hinckley-Finlayson a point back. It's going to be 3-1. Delaney Johnson checks out. In for her is Hannah Hartle. And back to serve is Sydney Krieger. Krieger with the serve. The diving dig attempt for Morgan Mako does not prove to grab it. And it's an ace there for Sydney Krieger. And the Jaguars hold a 4-1 lead. Serve is over this time. Bablik with the dig and then accidentally ran into her own player, Mako, who's going to go after that one. And that's all right. That's just a mistake there. We've got to lift each other up after that one. That's a simple mistake that is more than fixable. Sydney Krieger, meanwhile, will look for another serve over. It's dug up by Mako, and now Carly Jusak will look to change things, but not to be as the Jaguars get the dig. They'll give it off here to, that was Hansen, but blocked at the net by the Dragons. And it's a point back for Pine City. I believe that was Jusak who got another block. 5-2. It's hard to get much past her. One of the tallest girls on this Pine City squad. Again, not much gets by her. Serve is over, and the dig goes back across the net. And Macy Bablik, I'm thinking she just didn't know who was supposed to go get that one, her or Isabel Calatayud Prieto. Meanwhile, Jusak checks out, and I didn't see who checked in for her. I think it was Mako, actually, who checked back in for her. So, it's 6-2 with Fahey, and the serve is down. It's an ace for Jovi Fahey, and all of a sudden, this second set is drastically different than set number one. The Jaguars have scored just as many points as they did in that first set so far here in the second set, and they've only allowed 2 points from Pine City. Fahey, another serve. This one's over, dug up by Odegaard. Bablik with the dig, or the set, excuse me, and Mako will hit it back across. It's dug up by Fahey. They'll set it up for Hannah Hartle. Off the net, dug up by Bombard to Rydberg, and Bablik looks for a kill. Oh, and it's just long. Perfect spot for it there from Bablik, but just long on the hit. So now the Jaguars surpass the points they scored there in the first set. 8-2 is the Jaguar lead. Again, very different from that first set here for the Jaguars. They've got things going now. Fahey, the serve across. Oh, and Mako, late decision to get the dig. And I think rightfully so. She thought that one was going to go long, as did I. But the late decision after she realized that one's not going to go out. So on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, the Jaguars have a 9-2 lead on your Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Again, brand new location in Cambridge. Of course, their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere because they'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Start today at EmbraceMN. That's EMBRACEMN.com. Timeout called there by the Pine City Dragons and head coach Tollefson. Lisa Noss Tollefson, the head coach for the Dragons, calls that timeout. They trail by 7 here in this second set. Not the set the Dragons were looking for. They've come out just a little bit flat here. All they need is something to get the momentum shift. A nice block, a nice kill, a hard-hitting kill, something like that to get it going their way. But right now, it feels like Hinckley-Finlayson just kind of has things going their way right now, so not much they need to change as Odegaard looks for the hard kill, but it's dug up by the Jaguars and to Prieto, or Calatayud Prieto, and she gets it back across. Now hitting it back across that time was Brecken Hansen. Ball still alive. Agard will hit it back across to the Jaguars. They'll hit it towards the net. It'll be Hannah Hartle with the left-handed kill attempt, but it goes long. Long on the hit from Hannah Hartle. And it'll make it 9-3, so Pine City will get one back. Robin Odegaard serve goes into the net. That one looked like it just kind of was off kilter from the get-go. Victoria Cox will check in for, I believe that's Brecken Hansen. It is. Serve is into the net. So back-to-back serves there. We'll make it 10-4. And Brecken Hansen will check back in for Victoria Cox. Meanwhile, Macy Bablik will check out in for Summer Thiemann. And Thiemann will go back to serve. 10-4 is the lead for Hinckley-Finlayson. Pine City trying to close the gap. Thiemann with the serve. It's up and it is over. takes a nice arc over, and now looking for the kill. That time was Anna Degerstrom with the block at the net are the Dragons, and Degerstrom will look for another kill. Meanwhile, it's dug up by Mako Odegaard with the set, and Dragons unable to get it over on that third hit, so the Jaguars get another one back. They lead 11-4. Yeah, right now it kind of, Delaney Johnson, meanwhile, will check in for Hannah Hartle. It just seems like everything's just kind of going Hinckley-Finlayson way. Not that Pine City's necessarily doing anything too messy, but it's just things are just going the Jaguars' way right now. As the dig off the serve by Pine City. This one's going to get down on the kill from Rydberg to make it 11-5. So now Mako checks out in for his Jusak, and back to serve is Isabel Calatayud Prieto. Again, Isabel, if that is not how you pronounce your last name, I apologize. They're just, said it before, there just may be no hope. 11-6 now after a double hit call on the Jaguars. Calatayud Prieto serve is over, dug up on the dive by the Jaguars by Sydney Krieger. Krieger hits the pole on the net. That'll make it 11-7. So now only trailing by 4 are the Dragons. They've closed that gap a little bit, and they'll look to continue to close it. Calatayud Prieto with the serve. It hits the net. It does get over. Back over by the Jaguars. Back into the net by the Jaguars, and it's down for a Pine City point. Man, net. Nothing but net on that one. So the serve hit the net, went over. Jaguars got it up. Then the block hit the net, and then the dig hit the net by the Jaguars. It was a lot of net there. Timeout called here by Hinckley-Finlayson. We'll take a quick commercial break.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Back here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMPradio.com. Over in that Rush City game against East Central, Tigers took the first set 25-14 against the Eagles. Well, they lead 1-0, as do the Dragons. Isabel Prieto, or Calatayud Prieto, excuse me. Back to serve, and her team trails by 3. Hit back across there by Krieger. Dug up by the Dragons, and they'll look for Carly Jusak. It's down, but it is dug up by the libero Watron. They'll hit it across, a light hit, but it's to Rydberg, who gets the dig. This will be a tough one to get back over, and they do. Nice job there by Anna Degerstrom. It's dug up by Thiemann. Now Rydberg will look for the kill, but it's long. And in that situation, you felt like as long as Pine City could hold on to the ball and continue to serve, you felt like they were going to continue to pull back the points. But with a little bit of a mistake there on that one, now the Jaguars have a chance to continue to build on their lead. Natalie Staffney with the serve over, dug up by Thiemann to Odegaard. And now Hannah Bombard looks for the kill. Off the block at the net, diving dig, and it's still alive. Pushed across, dug up by Rydberg. Odegaard will get the set, and it is in on the kill from Summer Thiemann. Summer Thiemann with a nice hit. That one was teetering on the boundary of in or out, but it stays in on the hit from Summer Thiemann, and Pine City gets a point back. 12-9. Arissa Rydberg to serve now for Pine City. Left-handed serve is up and over, dug up by Hansen. And they'll look this time for Sydney Krieger, who gets it down for the kill just in front of diving Summer Thiemann. That'll make it 13-9, and it looks like the closest the Dragons can get right now is 3 points. As soon as they've gotten to 3, Hinckley-Finlayson comes back and scores one of their own. And now back to serve is Anna Degerstrom. After the Krieger kill, Degerstrom. Thiemann with the dig. Rydberg comes from way up at the net to get the set. And the hit from Odegaard just long on that far side. Again, right spot for it, just a little bit long. And Odegaard has got a very powerful hit. Sometimes those power hitters have to reel it in a little bit. And I don't think they realize how hard they hit sometimes, and they forget to reel it in and just kind of lay it in and be more accurate than they are powerful. But don't get it confused. These power hitters can be very accurate as well. Dug up by Odegaard off the serve. Thiemann will look for the kill. That one's going to go long again, 15-9. Hinckley-Finlayson just can seem to do no wrong here in the second set. It has been their set right now, and it feels like they're set to lose. Just kind of the way, again, they've got a little bit of momentum here. They're into a rhythm, and Pine City kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit. Jusak will look for the kill. It's blocked at the net. That time by Candace Lenzen. And it's 16-9. Hinckley-Finlayson all over the Dragons in this set. If you saw the first set, you might think to yourself, wow, this is going to be a 3-0 blowout. Not to be. Hinckley-Finlayson storms back here in this second set and says, nah, not so fast. Lenzen with the hit back across Odegaard, Dig, Rydberg get the set. Jusak pushes it across. It's dug up by Watron. And now looking for the kill. That's Hansen. Summer Thiemann diving dig. Rydberg keeps it alive. Wow, nice job by the Dragons as Jusak gets it across. They'll set it up for Sydney Krieger. Thiemann with the dig. Rydberg. This will set up Odegaard. That one is out. Odegaard again with the perfect spot for it. I thought that was in. Not to be. It's an 8-point deficit for Pine City. Another timeout. We'll take one as well.
Wellia Health is here to keep you feeling your best so you can enjoy all the things you love best. You can count on us for your eye exams, mental health services, rehabilitation, wellness exams, urgent care, and much more. At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well. Let Wellia Health help you get back to your best. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. 320-679-1313. WelliaHealth.org.
106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMPradio.com. This is kind of one of those situations where it just feels like it's not that necessarily Pine City can't find a rhythm or find momentum, because they certainly have, but it just is a set where it kind of feels like nothing is going their way. They just can't seem to push and grab anything to go their way. They've had a couple of mistakes, but it just feels like Hinckley-Finlayson can do no wrong here in this set. Give credit to Hinckley-Finlayson. After that first set, man, Pine City probably thought this was going to be a walk in the park. Not to be here, as the Jaguars came back here in the second set. 8 points away. Odegaard with the kill attempt. It's into the net, and it's down. It was blocked initially by Hinckley-Finlayson. It went into the net. They kept it alive for a moment. Then it eventually found the court, so now it's 17-10. Back to serve for Pine City. Hannah Bombard. Summer Thiemann checks out. In for her is Macy Bablik. Bablik, a junior. Bombard with the serve. It's over. Oh, and long again. I think this is going to be a set of, when we come back to talk about it, it's just going to be a set of, just too long. Not necessarily time-wise, it's just the hits have been too long by Pine City. Sydney Krieger to serve now for Hinckley-Finlayson as she tries to wrap up this set. Diving dig from Pine City's Mako. Blocked at the net, then hit back across by Mako. Jaguars keep it alive. Lenzen looks for the kill, dug up by Odegaard. Oh, and Jusak could not find out where the dig went. She couldn't find it. I mean, she could not spot it. Now it gets down 19-10. This just might be a set where if you're Pine City at this point, you're thinking, okay, this is just a throwaway set. We're just going to come back net set and kind of give ourselves a rebirth. Off the net, nice job by Rydberg there to get the ricochet, and she gets it over. And now it is, trying to just tap it across. That time was Brecken Hansen, but it falls on their side as it hits the net, and it's 19-11, and that's a rare mistake here in the second set by the Jaguars. A lot of work to do if you're Pine City. Carly Jusak back to serve. Down by 8. Serve is up and it is over. Dug up by Watron. This hit by the Jaguars is long. Make it 19-12. Carly Jusak back to serve. A lot of these athletes you see out on the court, Pine City and Hinckley-Finlayson, are 2- and 3-sport athletes. Ooh, just long on that one, so it's 20-12. Again, it just seems like Pine City just can't find that rhythm right now. 20-12, and Watron back to serve. Jaguars are 5 points away here. And Odegaard with the dig. Set. And Calatayud Prieto hit across. It'll be Hansen, a diving dig there from Rydberg, kept alive by Mako, and it's down for another Hinckley-Finlayson point. Great effort and hustle there by Pine City, but it was not to be, as all of a sudden it's 21-12. Don't know why I chose to go up a few octaves, but I did. It's an art choice. That's what I'm going to stick with. That one goes into the rafters off the dig on the serve, but Pine City does get it across, and now just lightly pushing it across was Hannah Hartle. Dragons have it. Odegaard looks for the kill. It is hit, blocked back across, and then this time Hannah Hartle hits it into the net. I even got confused with the action that was going on. 21-13. Pine City, give them credit, even though this has been kind of just a I don't even know how to describe it, just an icky feeling set for them. They've stuck with it, and they have not hung their heads about it. Ooh, and that one into the net there by Odegaard. I think she's a little in her head right now. And I think, head coach Tollison, in talking with her, she said, one of the things that we're teaching them is, hey, positive self-talk. You got to be positive with yourself, because that can be, detrimental, not only to the game, but also on your life. So, it was a great interview with head coach Tollison. Oh, it's hung at the net. So that one is going to stay with the Jaguars. So I believe what happened is the ball went, it hung up on the net actually, and then it rolled and kind of hit the pole. So I think that's out of bounds. Well, I know the pole's out of bounds, but I believe it was Pine City who touched it last. That's why it was out of bounds. And a nice kill there from Rydberg to get Pine City back a point. So Hinckley-Finlayson got one back there, as that one kind of hung up on the net. Again, it was kind of spinning, and then it hit the pole, which is technically out of bounds. And because Hinckley-Finlayson didn't touch it, that was out of bounds and made it Jaguars' point. But now the Dragons do get one back. They trail 23-14, and it's Summer Thiemann back to serve. A long arcing serve that does get over. And Thiemann with the dig off the Hansen hit. Bombard will hit this one back across for the Jaguars. Hartle with the dig, and now Staffney with the push back across. They'll set it up for Rydberg, who hits it into the net, and she was beside herself. Couldn't believe it. Set point now for Hinckley-Finlayson. 24-14. Set point. Hannah Hartle back to serve. Pine City's got a lot of work to do to erase that, and that one's going to go out of bounds on the serve. So Pine City gets a free one back, as I like to call it. When it goes out of bounds like that on the serve, I like to call it a free one. 24-15. That ball goes behind the bleachers. It's Isabel Calatayud Prieto back to serve. Her serve is over, dug up by Watron. And Krieger. That one rolls on the net. Oh my goodness. Talk about the net being your friend there. And that is going to give set number 2 to the Jaguars, 25-15. Wow. What a comeback set there by the Jaguars. They take the victory 25-15 here in set number 2, and we're tied at 1 set apiece on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear liners. They'll also do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, you can ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. Also, the team at Embrace believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifelong retention program. We're tied at 1 set apiece here in Pine City. We'll move on to the third when we come back after a word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to Volleyball.
Everyone knows there are great places to play in northwestern Wisconsin, but did you know there are great places to work? Burnett Dairy Cooperative is just outside of Grantsburg, Wisconsin, and offers numerous career options with a wide variety of responsibilities, schedules, and growth opportunities. Some positions may include CDL driver, cheese production, and seasonal workers. Burnett Dairy Cooperative has competitive wages, 401k, profit sharing, and many other great benefits. Be part of our herd. Visit BurnettDairy.com and click on careers.
Are you looking for a position where your role impacts the community around you? Then look no further than Burnett Dairy Cooperative in Grantsburg, Wisconsin. Owned by the farmers in your community, Burnett Dairy offers numerous career options with various responsibilities and growth opportunities. Positions such as CDL drivers, who work closely with our farmers, cheese production, creating award-winning cheeses, and retail store clerks making someone's day better. Visit BurnettDairy.com and click on Careers to join our herd.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
So kind of a weird set there for the Pine City Dragons. It just felt like they could never get on track. But if you're the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars, that's one that's going to give you a ton of confidence moving forward. After that first set, it was not looking great. They lost that first set 25-7. But this second set, they came out and said, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're still in this thing. Let's not count us out yet. And certainly, Pine City can't look over them now. That was again, a weird set if you're Pine City. It just, they could never get on track. They just couldn't find a rhythm. And for Hinckley-Finlayson, it just seemed like everything they did was going right for them. They couldn't do no wrong. I think we've seen one or two mistakes maybe by the Jags in that set. Other than that, it was, they couldn't do anything wrong. So the Dragons will get set to serve here to begin set number 3. It's Rydberg who is back to serve. We do have looks like the coaches for Hinckley-Finlayson are talking with the referee here on the near side about where everyone's supposed to set up or who's supposed to be out there or what. I'm not really sure. Of course, I don't have supersonic here. My hearing's bad as it is, but Rydberg with the serve to start set number 3, and we're underway. The push is over by the Jaguars. The Dragons have it. It's down. It's still alive, but it's going to go out of bounds. Wow. So Pine City will get the point there. Jaguars got the dig, and then they got the set, but then that went out of bounds, and I thought they were going to keep it alive. 1-0 now after that, and that one is going to get so close to the net that Sydney Krieger really had no chance at it. She had to hit it, and it went underneath the net. So it'll be another point, Pine City. 2-0. Pine City with the lead. Rydberg to serve. It is up, and it is over. Dug up by Watron at the net, and a double hit there by Delaney Johnson. I think she tried to argue that Pine City blocked it, but that wasn't even close, really. Hey, sometimes you can argue that, though, and they might have a discussion, and they might side with you sometimes. So I like the idea. Delaney Johnson, that one was fairly clear. Again, doesn't hurt to try, because you never know, you might win some of those arguments. Oh, blocked at the net. It's stuck at the net for a moment, and now Sage Staber will look to hit it back across, and blocked at the net by the Jaguars. Staber hits it back across, and it's out of bounds. That was a weird moment there. Hit by Sage Staber. That went over, blocked at the net by the Jaguars. It got stuck at the net. Jaguars kept it alive, hit it back over to Staber. Staber hit it back over, and it was out of bounds. That was just weird. And back to serve now is Brecken Hansen. Can't tell if that's an 8 or a 6. I apologize. And this goes off the net and out of bounds. Last touch by the Jaguars. So it'll be a kill there for Carly Jusak. On the serve was Anna Degerstrom, by the way. I have a hard time with that red on the black telling the difference between 6 and 8, so I apologize. They just need to make the numbers the entire jersey so I can see it. If I can get a request in on the uniform selection next time they update them. Meanwhile, the serve across is over. Dug up by the Jaguars. Is back on the other side for the Dragons. And Staber hits it into the net, so it'll be 4-2 now. And back to serve now. I can see that number clearly. That's Sydney Krieger wearing number 2. Jaguars with the hit across. Dug up by Tollefson, and Agard couldn't get to it in time. So 4-3. And all of a sudden, it feels like momentum has not so quietly switched sides here. Krieger with another serve. It's up and over. Tollefson with the dig. And Staber keeps it alive. Hit back across. Behind her back was Rydberg. And now looking for the kill. That time, that was Brecken Hansen. And she has tied it at 4. It's another set just starts out where it just feels like Hinckley-Finlayson can do no wrong right now. Good start for Pine City, but since then, it's been all Hinckley-Finlayson. A dig there from Mako, and trying to get the kill right off the dig was Lenzen, but she hits it into the net. That'll make it 5-4, Pine City. Pine City needs a big play, or a couple of them. They need an ace, then a big block, and then a big kill, just a hard-hitting kill. And not necessarily in that order, but that's what it feels like they need. They just need a bunch of momentum to go their way. That hit is going to be long that time from Hansen. Out of bounds, and Pine City will get a freebie there. 6-4. Set number 3. Meanwhile, Rush City won that second set over East Central 25-7, so they lead 2-0. Serve is up and over by the Dragons, dug up by the Jaguars, and it's hit across there by Hannah Hartle. She was trying to get in close to the net and stayed just in front of it. And now the look for, I believe that was Dagerstrom. Agard with the kill attempt. It's blocked at the net. Still dug up by the Jags. And a late hit there from Hansen. I don't know whether she thought someone else was going to come get it or if that one was just simply over, but late hit gets it into the net, and Pine City will get another one back. So right now, it's the Jaguars making the mistakes that Pine City are just kind of letting happen, and it's led to 3 points, a 3-point lead. Sage Staber looking for a comeback kill attempt there. Still alive, but it's going to go into the bleachers, and Sage Staber's got to feel good with that one. So Sage Staber's had a few go into the net. Again, this team, it can be very critical of themselves, we've seen, and head coach Tollefson has talked about that, but she's also talked about how they're resilient, and she's talked to them about, hey, just staying positive, and that positive self-talk. Hannah Hartle will just lightly tap it across. This time Sage Staber will look to change the pace. It's back over. Hermanson with the light tap across. It's dug up again by Sydney Krieger. Push across for Tollefson, and now Hermanson will look for the kill, and that is out of bounds. I like the spot she was going with it. There was nobody there on that back far side corner, but just long. And now Mako will check in for Jusak for the Dragons. Meanwhile, it is Watrin. That's Marianne Watrin back to serve for Hinckley-Finlayson. 8-5 is the Dragon lead. Watrin, the serve is over, dug up by Mako. Racing after it is Rydberg. That's at the net and hit it over was Hermanson. And now looking for the kill. It's going to go off of Rydberg, and the kill there from Hinckley-Finlayson. I didn't catch the number. Looks like it might have been Hannah Hartle the way they were congratulating her with the kill. So Watrin back to serve again, and right now it just feels like, hey, whoever's serving is going to get the points. Watrin with the serve. Mako dig. Rydberg set. Sage Staber looks for the kill off the block at the net. And the Jaguars have it. Hit across by Hansen. Dug up by Mako. And it's Agard who will trail back for it, and she hits it across, dug up by the Jags. That is over the net. Oh, my goodness. Hannah Hartle, just a light little tap over. I don't know if she thought that one was even going to get over, but it does. So it's 8-7 now. That 4-point lead is quickly gone away. Mako, the dig. Rydberg, the set to get it back into play, and Hermanson just the light tap across. Hinckley-Finlayson with the dig, and now it's Hansen looking for the kill right in between where everyone is. And Hansen with a kill there for Hinckley-Finlayson. We're tied at 8. Again, even with Pine City with that 4-point lead, it still felt like Hinckley-Finlayson still had the momentum. It really never felt like Pine City had captured that momentum they needed, and that one's going to be well short from Watrin, so Pine City will get a gift there to end the Hinckley-Finlayson run. Sage Staber now back to serve for Pine City. Again, Pine City needs a big momentum shifter to go their way right now. They just... We're going to get a whistle, and Pine City's getting a point, and I'm not sure why. Maybe from the way Hinckley-Finlayson was set, the way it's looking? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Well, either way, Pine City will get another gift there. And it's Staber with the serve. Dug up by the Jaguars. Hit back across there by Degerstrom. Staber with the dig. Agard with the kill attempt, but it's dug up by Krieger. And hit back across this time by Staffney. Dug up by the Dragons. Hermanson will look for the kill. It's blocked at the net. Kept alive by Staffney off of her own block. Hitting it across is Hansen. Diving dig from Tollefson. Rydberg will hit it back across for Watrin. This is Hansen again. Jusak will take control of that one. Agard gets the kill off the block that time. Makes it 11-8. So maybe capture a little bit of momentum they did there, and we'll get a new ball thrown in as that one looks like it may have went behind the bleachers. Sage Staber, again, something unique with her. She kind of moves back and forth left to right as to where she serves from. I haven't seen anyone do that so far this year from our local teams. That hit is into the net from Natalie Staffney. Makes it 12-8 in favor of Pine City. And we're going to get a timeout called here by the Jaguars. It just seems like the Pine City energy may just not be there right now. It just seems like they're a little bit, I don't want to say tired, because we have definitely seen them go 5 sets, so I don't think they're necessarily tired per se, but it just doesn't seem like they have the same energy they did when they started out with. But again, a big momentum swing can change that in a hurry. Meanwhile, the Dragons do lead 12-8 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear liners with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. And they'll also leave you with a smile that you embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com. No update yet from that Rush City East Central game. Still, the Tigers lead 2-0 over the East Central Eagles. And again, Tigers trying to keep that undefeated conference record alive, as well as the regular season record alive as well. Out of the timeout, Staber back to serve for the Dragons. It is up, and it is just over the net, dug up by Watrin. And hitting it across is Krieger. Jusak right there for the dig. Agar looking for the kill, and it's off of the diving dig of Anna Degerstrom. And Pine City will get a point off the Agard kill. It's 13-8. Staber. Serve is up and over. And this is going to go off the dig attempt that time from Degerstrom, out of bounds, and another point back on the ace from Sage Staber. Her serve is up, and it is over. Degerstrom again, this time a clean dig. They'll line it up this time for Staffney. Dug up by the Dragons. Agard looks for the kill. That's going to be well long. She kind of got under the ball that time with her hit, and that just kind of helped it to continue to float out of bounds. Now checking in is Victoria Cox. She'll go back to serve for the Jags. 14-9, Pine City with the lead. Cox with the serve, just over the net, dug up by Tollefson. Agard looks for the kill. That's off the net, down, but Watring does get the dig. Degerstrom with the hit across. Jusak with the dig. Hermanson looks for the kill, and that is in. Hermanson with the kill. That is just in on that back line there. No one was back there, and she just put it to where it stayed in. So it's 15-9, and now Abby Agard will be back to serve for the Dragons. Her serve is over. Dug up by Hartle to Watrin. It's Degerstrom with the hit across. Dug up by Hermanson. Tollefson looks for the kill into the net. That'll make it 15-10. A lead still for Pine City. Agard out, in for his Thiemann. Bombard will also check in for Tollefson. A couple of substitutions here for the Dragons. And Jaguars will also get one of their own. Hannah Hartle will check out, and in comes Delaney Johnson. So Delaney Johnson back to serve now for the Jaguars. It's a nice arcing shot over. It's a tough one, but the Dragons do keep it alive, and the push across from Hermanson is enough for a kill. Make it 16-10. And she just lightly pushed it across because they were kind of off of their rhythm there. Pushed it across just to kind of reset things, but right into a spot where no Jaguars were, and same thing there. No Jaguars were there, but unfortunately that one flew a little too far and it's out of bounds. So the Jaguars get one back 16-11. Couple substitutions here for the Jags. One of them being, oh my goodness, Nindanis? I think I pronounced that right. Nindanis Benjamin. And if I didn't, I apologize, but Nindanis Benjamin, senior here for Hinckley-Finlayson, checks in for the first time. Her serve is up, and it is over. Hermanson with the dig. Jusak will look for the kill, just lightly taps it across there for Krieger. And that is over. Degerstrom with the blocked shot at the net by Jusak and Rydberg, but then hit back across for the kill, and makes it 16-12. Still in favor of the Dragons, but Hinckley-Finlayson trying to bring that comeback. Benjamin back to serve. That's Nindanis Benjamin. Serve is over. Dug up by Thiemann to Rydberg, who will just push it back over. Kind of change their pace there. Degerstrom, and that one is in. No one there for the Dragons, and it's 16-13. Again, it still feels like that momentum is just on the Jaguars' side right now. Even though Pine City did get out to a decent lead, it just still feels like, man, that momentum is staying on the Jaguars' side, and when they got the ball and they're serving, they can't do no wrong, it feels. Serve is dug up by the Dragons this time. Bombard with the push across. Jaguars trying to get to it, but the hit into the net that time by Candace Lenzen. Really not her fault. That one got into the net so close that if she would have went after it hard, I think she would have either went into the net or over the line. So she did what she could there, give her credit. That was a tough one either way. Rydberg will get the serve over, and the dig will push it back to the Dragon side. That'll set up Sage Staber with the kill, and Staber's feeling it a little bit now. After that first set and that part of that second set too, really couldn't get into a rhythm herself. And these last couple of kills she's got, man, feels like she might have found it. Rydberg's serve is over. And it's dug up there by Watron. Krieger will get it back across. Thiemann diving dig will keep it alive to Hermanson, and Staber will get it back across. A light tap by Degerstrom. Degerstrom will look for the kill. Blocked at the net, and it stays on the Dragons' side. So the block will work against the Dragons, and it'll be 18-14. And substitution here as Ava Cessna out. In first, Brecken Hansen. And back to serve is Degerstrom. Anna Degerstrom. 18-14 here in set number 3. Her serve, left-handed serve, is just over the net. Dug up by Thiemann to Rydberg. Sage Staber will look for the kill. That's down for a kill from Sage Staber. I think right now if you're the Dragons, you want to set it up for Sage Staber to try and get these hits for kills because she has just been on her last couple hits. So back to serve now is Hannah Bombard. Out is Thiemann. In for her is Abby Agard. Again, Dragons, they substitute in and out a lot, and they're just getting everyone their time and getting the rest too, so that's got to be beneficial, especially if the sets go into those later points. And a nice just block at the net from Carly Jusak, the senior. Beautiful job there by her. She was waiting for that one too. It was pretty easy when she just stood over the net. Boop. Little tap down, and it's 20-14 Pine City. Hannah Bombard, her serve is over. Dug up by the Jaguars. And it's Hansen with the hit across. Bombard the dig. Rydberg the set. Jusak looks for the kill. Watron gets the dig, and that's going to go a little too far out of reach for her teammate who slid to go get it, but just out of her reach. And it's 21-14. And even though the dig attempt, or the sliding dig attempt, was not able to get that one up and over, the Jaguars still did a good job. Just kind of ran out of some real estate there, did the Jags, and just unable to get that one back into play. So with that timeout there by the Jaguars, we'll take a quick 30-second timeout here. Word from our sponsors. You're listening to
Today's WCMP deal of the day is Ringler's House on Haunted Hill in Brook Park. Get one haunted trail pass for just $15. Experience a 60-plus minute next-level spooky haunted trail. Find this and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals.
Hey, you looking for a reliable propane supplier? Look no further than Burnett Dairy Propane. Proud to serve you, providing top-notch propane services all year round, offering convenient delivery options and flexible payment plans that suit your schedule and budget. Trust the experts in the field, Burnett Dairy Propane. Call them today at 715-689-1032 or visit them online at burnettdairy.com. Burnett Dairy Propane, your dependable propane partner.
Bombard the serve over, and that dig is going to get over the net. Jusak has it, and then it goes out of bounds. Wow, a weird moment there. But the Jaguars get the point back, and they don't care how weird it is. They'll take it. 21-15 as Sydney Krieger will go back to serve. Serve is up, and it is over. Dug up by Bombard. Rydberg. And Agard going to be aggressive after. That's in for the kill from Abby Agard to make it 22-15. And that one went under the bleachers, but we do get it back. Carly Jusak will be back to serve now for the Dragons of Pine City. Jusak serve is over, dug up by Watron to Krieger. Blocked at the net by the Dragons. That was Hermanson and Staber, but this time the hit across the block does not work for the Dragons, and it's 22-16. Looks like Jusak will come out for Morgan Amako. She'll take a break. Looks like we got a little bit of confusion as to who's supposed to be where and when, and substitution time? Yes. So it'll be Indonis Benjamin out in for her. Natalie Staffney, maybe? Yes, no? Yes, okay. And then the libero Watron will stay in, and she'll go back to serve. So just a little bit of confusion as to who should sub in and where. You're supposed to sub in a certain way. I'm, again, not, I don't know all the rules on that. And then when I try to look up specific rules, I can't type it out properly. So Google's like, we have nothing for that search that you're looking for. What are you talking about? Watron with the serve across. It's dug up by Mako. To Rydberg. Staber will look for a kill, and that one is out, in. So it's in. So Staber is going to get the kill. We had a couple of different mixed messages there on the court. Eventually, though, we'll call her the head ref on the ladder decides to overrule and says, nope, I seen it. I have the best advantage, and I will call it. It's a kill. Meanwhile, Sage Staber comes back with an ace, and now the Dragons have set point. So Sage Staber will look to close this setup. It's been a weird back-and-forth set here between these two teams, but Pine City will try and close this one out, and Staber took something off of that one. Smart job there by Sage Staber, and set 3 belongs to the Dragons. They take it 25-16. So we'll head into set number 4 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Dragons up 2-1 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear liners. You can find out more at EmbraceMN.com. That's EMBRACE.com. So Rush City wins the third set 25-5, and they take it 3-0 over on KBK. That game has ended. I want to thank Adam Hefty for calling that game over there. Thanks to him, and both him and Andy Beckstrom do a great job for us calling games. We appreciate them and all the hard work that they do calling games for us. It can be a little bit hectic at times. We have a lot of different things that change and things that they change in and out, and sometimes it's here, sometimes it's there, sometimes, well, this one has to be changed because of this reason, and yeah, it can get weird sometimes. So I want to say a big thank you to those guys. They do a great job of taking time out of their busy schedules to come help out us, and and help make it work. So we'll take a quick commercial break here, and when we come back, we should be ready for that third set. Maybe by then I will finally have found the words to speak English. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. English seems to be failing me right now, but maybe when we come back, we'll be set for that English language. You're listening to
Everyone
Volleyball
knows
on
there are great
WCMP.
places to play in northwestern Wisconsin, but did you know there are great places to work? Burnett Dairy Cooperative is just outside of Grantsburg, Wisconsin, and offers numerous career options with a wide variety of responsibilities, schedules, and growth opportunities. Some positions may include CDL driver, cheese production, and seasonal workers. Burnett Dairy Cooperative has competitive wages, 401k, profit sharing, and many other great benefits. Be part of our herd. Visit BurnettDairy.com and click on Careers.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Now, back to more live local sports action on WCMP.
Back here on 106.5 FM AM 1350 WCMPradio.com, live with video there. Again, thanks to Pine City and their athletic director and their team for allowing us to use their huddle camera for this broadcast. That makes my job a lot easier. It makes you people a little bit more happy because then I'm not missing anything. Which makes me more happy in the end because then I'm not missing anything, and then, well, then I don't feel bad. Even though I still feel bad because, again, apparently the English language has just failed me here this evening. Mako with the dig off the serve from the Jaguars, and the kill attempt from Jusak is dug up by Hinckley-Finlayson. I think we're going to get 4 hits. Oh, a double hit it instead. So a double hit will give Pine City the 1-0 lead here. It'll be Hannah Bombard back to serve for Pine City here in set number 4. This one is up and over. Dug up by Watron. That goes just over the net. Nice job by Krieger to get that one over. And that'll set up Tollefson, and that's going to get down. Tollefson's laughing at herself on that one. She mistimed her jump. Mistimed her jump big time, but then she came down and was just able to get enough on it to get it up and over. It's good that she's laughing at herself. You love to see players that are able to do that because that just shows, they're relaxed, they're having fun, and those are probably the 2 biggest keys, especially in a tight game like this. That serve is going to go out of bounds, and that'll give Hinckley-Finlayson a point back, 2-1. That ball is going to go way back there towards the elevator doors. But they get it back. Sydney Krieger will get set to serve now for Hinckley-Finlayson. Her serve is up, and it is over. It's dug up by Mako, and that'll set up Staber. It's blocked at the net. Jaguars do keep it alive with Watron. Hannah Hartle just pushes it across. Rydberg gets the set. Tollefson will hit it, and that is down. A kill for Taylor Tollefson. Makes it 3-1, Pine City. A little confusion as to who's supposed to go back and serve. It's Jusak. Meanwhile, Mako will check out in for Hermanson. And back to serve is Carly Jusak. Her serve is up and over. Dug up that time by Degerstrom. Pushed across by Hartle. Dug up by Rydberg to Staber. And Tollefson will look for the kill. It's dug up by Watron. Nice job setting up there by Hartle. Pushed across again by Hansen. It's Brecken Hansen now to Bombard. Tollefson has the tough job of getting that one over, but it's just too long. Tollefson, great hustle on that one, but just too long. Mako will check back in, and this time she comes in for Carly Jusak. And now back to serve for Hinckley-Finlayson is Marianne Watron. Her serve is up and over. Dug up by Mako. That's going to get to the net and over the net. Nice job, concentration there by Rydberg. That hit the top of the net, came back down, and Rydberg hit it back across, but it's going to go out of bounds. Another point here for Hinckley-Finlayson. It's tied at 3. Her serve is over, dug up by Staber to Mako. And Hermanson will look for the kill. It's dug up by Watron into the rafters. Oh, it's going to ricochet. Kept up with it. Nice job by Degerstrom, but unable to keep up with it that time was Hansen. And that'll get a point back for the Dragons. It's going to be 4-3. That was a tough one there for Hinckley-Finlayson again. Anytime it goes up into the rafters, you just never know where it's going to come down and when, for that matter. And that time Hinckley-Finlayson could not just keep up with it. That one's going to hit the top of the net. Hermanson does. Oh, and she mistimed it. That one's going to hit the net on the Hermanson hit. It's going to tie us back at 4. Substitution quickly here as Hansen will check out in for hers, Victoria Cox, and she will go back to serve. That's been kind of the substitution all night. When Cox checks in, she goes back to serve immediately. Her serve is over. Diving after it was Staber. Bombard will keep it alive, and now Mako will hit it back across. Her and Staber went after it, and now looking for the kill. It's long. Degerstrom. That one looked like it was going to be good, but it was just long. And now it's going to be Ava Cessna checking in for Victoria Cox. So Cessna will move to the back line. And now back to serve for the Dragons is Taylor Tollefson. Tollefson, the serve, out. So they get the ball back, and unfortunately Tollefson can't keep it in play. That one goes out of bounds, and it will tie it back up at 5. Hannah Hartle checks out in for hers, Delaney Johnson, and she'll go back to serve. It is up and over. Dug up by Staber to Rydberg. Hermanson looks for the kill, and that one is out. Jaguars take their first lead here in the 4th set. This one back and forth. Neither team been able to take hold on to a lead, I should say. Although Pine City has, but it's just felt so close. Now Rydberg will hit it back across for the Dragons off the Jaguars serve. And that is going to go into the net. Pine City will tie it back up at 6. Emma Hermanson will go back to serve. Mako checks out, and in for her comes back Carly Jusak. Hermanson with the serve. It's over. And it's dug up by Cessna. Looking for the kill. Sydney Krieger dug up by Tollefson to Rydberg. Bombard will look to line this one up for the kill. It's dug up by Cessna back across. Bombard with the dig. Rydberg looks for the kill. Off the block at the net. Kept alive. Jaguars still have a chance to get it over. They do. That's Natalie Staffney. Tollefson gets the dig to Rydberg. And Staber will look for the kill this time. Watching with the dig, and that's going to go well out of play. And it will give a point back here to Pine City and break the tie and give Pine City the 7-6 lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Emma Hermanson again back to serve. It is up and over, dug up by Watron to Johnson. And a double hit call there on Hinckley-Finlayson. Another point here for Pine City, 8-6. Hermanson with the serve across. Took a little something off that one. Cessna kept it alive for a moment. And nice job by the rest of the Jaguars. Natalie Staffney and Watron to try and keep that ball alive, but just unable to. That one got a little wild. And it will be another Pine City point, 9-6. Hermanson, another serve over. Dug up by Krieger to Watron. And hitting it across is Degerstrom. Diving dig by Tollefson to Rydberg. And Sage Staber just gets that one over. A little bit of miscommunication there by the Dragons. And now this hit from Degerstrom is going to go into the net and make it 10-6. So the Dragons, a little bit of miscommunication on their side. And then Jaguars make the, again, mistake. These last 2 sets, we haven't seen a ton of mistakes by the Jags, but they'd make it there. And that is going to be a timeout called by the Jaguars. While they take a timeout, we'll take one as well.
Wellia Health is here to keep you feeling your best so you can enjoy all the things you love best. You can count on us for your eye exams, mental health services, rehabilitation, wellness exams, urgent care, and much more. At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well. Let Wellia Health help you get back to your best. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. 320-679-1313. WelliaHealth.org.
Back here, WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMPradio.com. Dragons hold on to a 10-6 lead here in the fourth set. They lost that second set. It was pretty heavily one-sided in favor of the Jags. Meanwhile, the serve here is over. Dug up by the Jaguars, pushed back across. Hermanson with the dig. And now it's back across to the Jaguars. Jaguars hit it back over. Diving dig from Tollefson. Rydberg has it. And the hit there from Bombard is dug up by the Jags. Back across, Tollefson with the dig. Hit back across by the Dragons. And again, it is hit back across by the Jaguars. And it's going to be out of bounds on the hit. So the Dragons will hold on to that point to make it 11-6. Emma Hermanson with the serve across, dug up by Krieger. Krieger will get the set back, and it's dug up by Hermanson. Now Rydberg with the little push across, and that is out of bounds off the hit by Hinckley-Finlayson, and it's a 12-6 lead. Hermanson looking at her coach, head coach Lisa Noss-Tollefson, and getting the strategy and how she wants to play this one. Hermanson, tap over, dug up by Cessna. Blocked at the net and kept alive. We're going to get a whistle here on Hinckley-Finlayson. So the Dragons will get a point back again. It's 13-6. Hermanson, the serve over, dug up by Krieger. Over the net to the Dragons. They get the dig. Now Sage Staber will look for the kill. That a line drive. It never came down. I mean, it did out of bounds, but it never came down where she wanted it to, so it's a point back for Hinckley-Finlayson. Hannah Hartle will check in for Delaney Johnson. And the libero out in for her is Candace Lenzen. And back to serve is going to be Natalie Staffney. So Staffney is back to serve now. It's 13-7. So we did get the whistle. Okay, Staffney with the serve across, dug up by Tollefson, and Jusak with the kill there. That one was perfectly lined up. That one, there was no getting that one back. Jusak had that one squared up. Staber will take a breather, and in for her is Robin Odegaard. And they're looking for some power here out of Odegaard in this fourth set. They lead 14-7 to the Dragons over the Jaguars of Hinckley-Finlayson. Marissa Rydberg, the left-handed serve is over, dug up by Cessna to Krieger. And now Degerstrom looks for the kill. Tollefson with the dig to Rydberg. It'll set it up for Bombard into the net. No point there for Hinckley-Finlayson off the Pine City mistake to make it 14-8. Back to serve is going to be Anna Degerstrom. Degerstrom's serve is over. Tollefson gets the dig. Jusak looks for the kill, but it's blocked at the net back on the side of Pine City. Jusak will just push it back across. Kept alive by the Jaguars. Hannah Hartle will get it back to the Dragons. It's Mako with the dig to Rydberg. Odegaard looks for the kill here. That's off the dig from Hannah Hartle into the bleachers. And another point there on the kill from Robin Odegaard again. The power from Odegaard is what they were looking for. Odegaard, Jusak, and Staber are kind of the power hitters, but, I mean, you really can't count out any of the Dragon players for the power. They all have it. Bombard's serve is just long. So it'll give the point back to the Jaguars, a free point back to the Jaguars, and now Sydney Krieger will go back to serve. 15-9 is the Pine City lead. Krieger's serve is just over, dug up by Bombard to Tollefson, and Bombard after the dive gets back up and hits it back across. Krieger gets a set. Degerstrom, that's Hansen with the kill. Brecken Hansen. The kill there for Hinckley-Finlayson to make it 15-10. About midway through this fourth set, Pine City leads 2-1. But it's 15-10. And Krieger with the serve over to Mako with the dig. Back across by the Jaguars. And it's Brecken Hansen yet again with the kill. It's 15-11. And all of a sudden, Hinckley-Finlayson on the comeback trail. Krieger's serve is over, dug up by Mako to Rydberg. That'll set it up for Tollefson, and that's a beautiful kill by Taylor Tollefson. And that'll make it 16-11. So Tollefson, a nice kill there, and looks like we'll get a substitution. A couple of them as Hermanson checks back in, and out is Jusak, and in for her is Isabel Calatayud Prieto. Calatayud Prieto serve is over, and it was hit into the net, and I think we're going to get a double hit, I believe. Yeah, double hit there on the Jaguars. Diving dig, and then after it went into the net, she hit it again, so that's a double hit. Calatayud Prieto serve is into the net. Kind of mistimed it that time. Timing was just a little bit off. And that'll make it 17-12. Now it's Marianne Watram back to serve. Score is 17-12 in favor of the Dragons. There's the whistle for the OK, and the serve from Marianne Watram is up and over. Dug up by Bombard to Odegaard. Hermanson. Oh, and that is just out. Right spot for it. She knew exactly where she needed to go, but just long. And it's 17-13. Pine City still with a 4-point lead. As Watram again will serve. Serve is up and over. Dug up. Oh, by Calatayud Prieto, but it cannot get over the net. And another point back here for Hinckley-Finlayson, 17-14. Watram serve is up and over. Calatayud Prieto with the dig. And now Odegaard looks for the kill. She hits it into the net. It's 17-15. So Pine City had a decently sized lead and has watched it evaporate as Hinckley-Finlayson 2 points away from tying it up. Watram, her serve is over. Dug up by Calatayud Prieto. And Tollefson with the kill. That was beautifully set up for Tollefson, and she got the kill that time to end that Hinckley-Finlayson run. And now back to a 3-point lead for Pine City, 18-15. Robin Odegaard with the serve. Her serve is a line drive over, dug up by the Jaguars. They'll hit it back across on the hit there from Staffney. And Tollefson just mistimed it. 18-16 now. And checking in and going back to serve is Victoria Cox again. She's been subbing in and then immediately going back to serve. Looks like we'll get a substitution here for Pine City. It'll be Sage Staber for Robin Odegaard. And Victoria Cox's serve is over. Calatayud Prieto gets to it late, and then the rest of the Dragons can't catch up with it, and that makes it 18-17. Well, the Jaguars within one of tying it up. Cox serve is over. Dug up by Staber to Rydberg. And Hermanson. Oh, and just unable. Oh, she couldn't hold off. Victoria Cox touched that one. It was going out of bounds, but it's one of those where it's like the mind says no, but your body's already in motion going to hit it. And that's unfortunate there for her. Looks like she'll check out. And in for her is Ava Cessna. And back to serve for the Dragons is Taylor Tollefson. Tollefson's serve is over, dug up by Cessna. And she'll look for Staffney. It's dug up by the Dragons. Bombard hits it into the net. It's been a load of mistakes here these last couple of hits by Pine City. That's really what brought Hinckley-Finlayson back into it. 19-18 now, Hinckley-Finlayson within one. Delaney Johnson will check in and go back to serve for the Jaguars. Yeah, just some mistakes here by Pine City have really led to Jaguars being able to get back into it. Hermanson will hit this one off the net. That's going to go towards the bleachers. Keeping it alive is, Krieger. And it's dug up by the Dragons. This time Hermanson will get the kill and get a point back for Pine City. Man, the Jaguars are still in this one. They've gotten a few lucky bounces here and there. Looks like Calatayud Prieto will get a breather, and for her is Carly Jusak, and Emma Hermanson back to serve, 20-18. Jaguars have just done a good job of keeping themselves within reach and not doing anything to hurt themselves and get down by too much. It's been a beautiful set here. Emma Hermanson, oh, and that one's in for an ace. Hannah Hartle let that one go, but by the time she realized it was staying in, it was way too late. It's an ace there for Emma Hermanson, 21-18. Hermanson serve this time is over. Dug up by Cessna to Krieger, and it is Dagerstrom with the push across. Bombard dig. Jusak pushes it back across to Cessna. Dagerstrom looks for the kill. Blocked at the net, and it's going to get down on the Dragons' side. So Hinckley-Finlayson, 21-19. That's something they've done a really good job of here tonight, is even though Pine City has looked like they've got a block, they hit it to where it just spins off of the block, gets down on the Dragon side. Back to serve is going to be Staffney. Natalie Staffney for the Jaguars, dug up by Sage Staber. Now to Hannah Bombard. That's going to go long, and it's 21-20. Again, just mistakes here by the Dragons have given the Jaguars some free points, but again, give credit to the Jaguars. They haven't done anything to really hurt themselves from being too far away from the lead. That one was a little bit low, but Jusak was able to get it back across. Dagerstrom looks for the kill. It's dug up by Tollefson to Rydberg, and Bombard will hit this one back across. Blocked at the net, kept alive. And this one's going to be hit back across by Candace Lenzen, and she's going to hit a little too hard. It's going to go out. Staffney out, in for her is Watron. Substitution here, Sage Staber out, in for is Robin Odegaard. Back to serve, Arissa Rydberg. Rydberg's serve is over. Diving dig, kept alive by Hannah Hartle. Hits the backboard, and it's not going to get over on the third hit. 23-20. Great hustle and effort there by Hinckley-Finlayson to try and keep that one alive. Just unable to. And 23-20, a timeout called there by Hinckley-Finlayson. We'll take a quick commercial break.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
106.5 FM AM 1350, WCMPradio.com, live with video. Timeout is over. Jaguars were the ones who called the timeout. We still got 6 seconds left, so Rydberg getting her last words of what to do from head coach Tollefson. And here we go, 23-20. Rydberg, serve up and over. Dug up by the Jaguars. And that might be too far. It is. It's going to hit that pole on the top of the net. So match point here for Pine City, and Rydberg will look to close it out for the Dragons. Rydberg serve over. It's dug up and kept alive. But that's going to be it. Great job there by Krieger to try and get that one, but she went across the net and set 4, and the match belongs to Pine City after the 25-20 victory here in the fourth set. We'll take a commercial break and hear a word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll recap this game, let you know what's coming up for both of these teams in their schedule, and we'll let you know what's coming up for our broadcast schedule as well the rest of the week. You're listening to Volleyball on
Hey,
WCMP.
you're looking for a reliable propane supplier? Look no further than Burnett Dairy Propane. Proud to serve you, providing top-notch propane services all year round, offering convenient delivery options and flexible payment plans that suit your schedule and budget. Trust the experts in the field, Burnett Dairy Propane. Call them today at 715-689-1032 or visit them online at burnettdairy.com. Burnett Dairy Propane, your dependable propane partner.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
A duo that is perfect together. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance and Lennox. Dale's is your local Lennox dealer that's committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. With a wide assortment of options, Dale's will ensure your home's air is top quality. Call Dale's today or visit them at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask how you can save on your next AC unit. Lennox and Dale's, the perfect duo. Dealer number E06356. Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Hockey practice, running a business, heck, just enjoying your life. You've got better things to do. Let Jeff's Outdoor Services handle your lawn care and landscaping. Your home, your cabin, your business, they got you covered. They've been doing it since 1995, and they're good at it. Call today. Jeff's Outdoor Services. You do your thing, and they'll do theirs.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM AM 1350. Of course, WCMPradio.com with the live video. The final here in this one, Pine City gets the victory over Hinckley-Finlayson 3-1. Pine City won the first set 25-7. After that first set, it looked like, oh boy, this might be a clean sweep for Pine City. But that second set was really a different story as Hinckley-Finlayson took that set 25-15. I mean, they really just took control and never looked back, did the Jaguars. Then it was back and forth from there on out. Set 3, yes, it was 25-16, but it never really felt like it was that far apart. It more felt like, a 25-20, 25-22 score. And then here in the fourth set, again, another one that went back and forth. But Pine City wound up taking it 25-20. I just feel like, again, a few more bounces went here or there, for Hinckley-Finlayson, and we'd be talking about a little bit of a different outcome. Probably headed to a fifth set between these two teams, but it was not to be here this evening. So Pine City stays undefeated in the conference, and they'll stay with one loss still at 7-1. So again, undefeated in the conference, they will stay 7-1 on the season. Hinckley-Finlayson moves to 1-3 and 0-2 in conference play. So a tough outing here for Hinckley-Finlayson. But looking at the team the way they played here today, I am sure that we will be talking about them a few more times and talking about them winning some of these closer games. So their next game will be on Thursday at home against the Mille Lacs Raiders, and that will be the last game of the week for them. Then next week, they'll only play one game next week, so not a lot going on here the first month of the season for Hinckley-Finlayson. They'll wrap it up on Thursday with the game against Mille Lacs at home. Then they'll, on next Tuesday, play the one and only game of the week against East Central. Then the next week, that's when things really ramp up. They'll play 4 total matches. They'll play on Monday the 25th at Crosby Ironton, Tuesday the 26th at home against Pine City, Thursday the 28th on the road at Ogilvie, and then Saturday the 30th in a tournament in Mora. So they've got a lot coming up their way towards the end of this month. For Pine City, after tonight, they will play again on Thursday in Bram. That'll wrap up their week. Then they only have one game next week at home against Rush City. That'll be one to watch for. And then the next week after that, they will play 3 matches at home against Hermantown on the 25th, away at Hinckley-Finlayson, and they'll be in the Chisago Lakes tournament on Saturday, September 30th, before rounding out the month. So a lot coming up here for both of these teams, and we'll keep you up to date with who goes where and when and what we will be covering. But looking at the rest of this week for our broadcast schedule, on Thursday we'll have more volleyball action for you. Yes, more, as Bram and Pine City will go at it over in Bram. You'll hear that game right here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350. Of course, we'll have video at WCMPradio.com. Then it will be Hinckley hosting Mille Lacs, and we'll call that game. Now, that game will only be on YouTube just because we have a bunch of other games going on our airwaves. We have the Vikings game on Thursday, plus the Twins, and a couple of our local teams. We only have 3 stations we can put them on, so those 3 get the priority. But have no fear, Hinckley-Finlayson and Mille Lacs will be doing battle. We will keep that on our YouTube as well, so subscribe to this channel so that you get the updates as to when we go live with all of our local sporting events. Of course, that Hinckley-Finlayson versus Mille Lacs matchup will be right back on this very same YouTube page, so make sure to like and subscribe. And then on Friday, we've got 3 games going on the airwaves, with Pine City hosting Duluth-Denfeld right here on 106.5 FM, Mora hosting Esco over on KBEK, and then Rush City will host Hinckley-Finlayson on Friday. That one will be on our YouTube, so again, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube pages to make sure that you're up to date and get notified when we go live with those games. A bunch of great games coming up on the airwaves and our YouTube, so be sure to like and subscribe. Of course, stay tuned to the morning shows for all your sports updates on 95.5 FM. With Rockin' Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. Then on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. Again, that's when you can catch and hear your local sports updates. We'll talk about games that have happened. We'll talk about them a little bit in detail. We'll also talk about some regional sports as well, as you will maybe hear some clips from some coaches in those sports updates on the morning show as well. I want to thank all of you who tuned in here tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, if you're not tuning in, I don't have a reason to have a job, so thanks so much for tuning in. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors who sponsored this broadcast and every other broadcast that we do. Thanks so much for sponsoring these broadcasts. It means a lot to me as I get to continue to come out here and call these games, and man, they are so exciting. I don't want to stop. I want to keep coming out and calling these games, and again, the sponsors, they mean everything to us. If we don't have the sponsors, we're not able to come out here and call these games. So thanks so much to all the fine sponsors. And again, the final here in this one, Pine City gets the victory over Hinckley-Finlayson, 3-0. Again, stay tuned to the morning shows, our websites for all your local sports updates, and of course, our Facebook pages as well. Again, the final on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, 3-1. Pine City gets the match victory on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your simple act of kindness could really make or change their day, could have an impact on their life. I know you might be thinking to yourself, what is kind? I mean, it's anything to be nice to someone. Holding the door, complimenting them, just a nice nod and smile, anything that you can think of just to be kind to someone. Do it, because again, it can have an impact on someone's day, and it can really have an impact on their life as well. The final one more time here from Pine City, the Dragons over the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars, 3-1. For WCMP, I am Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night.